Hello, my name is Ruth Slagle. Today I want to show you how to access different types of resources you can use when you're writing your papers. I know if two of them are going to be, one of them is going to be focused specifically on literature, and the third one is going to be focused on literature or social. You can use it for anything, and then the other one is going to be focused on like controversial issues. So those are the three databases we're going to talk about, and I will name them as we go along. I know some of you are in Early World Lit, and some of you are also in English 1020. So these databases you can use depending on what your topic is. If you have questions, you're looking for, keywords, whatever, you want to, you need help with an outline, all that jazz, you can contact me within eLearn under class list, which I'm not going to show you because of confidentiality, because I know I'm talking to two classes. You can also contact me via the discussion board in both of your classes, or you can come to my email, which is rslagle@jscc.edu, and email me directly through there. Another way, I don't know if you've seen it, but you can also call or text me at this number, 731-227-2790. Make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. And those are the best ways to get a hold of me. You can also set up a one-on-one. I'm more than happy to meet with you, and that can be either in person or over Zoom. If that doesn't work, if you work full-time, whatever, we can work something out, but you can totally email me or text me and we can talk that way as well. Okay, so let's get into the three different databases you can use. So the first one is Literary Reference Plus. So how to access the databases, you want to come to find resources, go to A to Z databases, and then you'll see all of them are listed out, but I know this one is specifically going to be listed under literature. So we're going to go to literature, and we're going to click to Literary Reference Plus. So within Literary Reference Plus, you're able to look up authors. If you know a specific series title, you can look that up. So I know, like, you're also able to look up, okay, so I'm going to use Shakespeare as our example topic. I know you guys didn't read Shakespeare, but it's a good example. So Shakespeare. Okay. You're able to look, so like if we were just looking up William Shakespeare, you're able to see, there's going to be a lot about him, of course. There's going to be a lot about him as, like biography. And what you see here is criticisms of him, general biographies, reviews, all that jazz. But you're also able to come and look like within a specific work. So if we did The Taming of the Shrew, is a specific work that he did. So then you're able to see sources that are talking about that specific play. Again, they're going to be maybe they'll be like summaries of the play, but they also will offer criticism. You'll also start seeing like topics, themes, style being taken out of the plays or the source you're looking at. So virtue is one that's taken out of Taming of the Shrew. So this article is going to be looking at virtue specifically. It is comparing a few plays, like it's doing Romeo and Juliet and The Taming of the Shrew, and it's also comparing it to a John Milton, but you're able to see like the compare and contrast. And within these scholarly articles, for literature specifically, like these are, professors that are English professors at different universities, and they're writing, like they've been studying these different authors, and they're bringing out different angles from the different short stories and the different plays. So if we did The Taming of the Shrew, but you could also come and like look up women and Shakespeare. So like how are women portrayed within Shakespeare? All that, different stuff. And you're able to see like, and you're able to see like the different search results that are relating to what we're talking about. I'm gonna click on this one. Within, there will always be an abstract, and you're able to see what the article specifically is going to be about. You'll be able to download it over here. You can also email it to yourself. And again, you want to use your email that is not your eLearn email. So I'm going to use my Jackson State email, and then you can adjust how you want to see the citation. So the citation is going to come in MLA. So that is Literary Reference Plus. Literary Reference Plus is like a lot of different stuff. I know one of your sources, and you can also come and look up like, I know one of your classes you just did like Greek women. You could come and look up Greek women. So like how are Greek women portrayed in literature? And then so this one could work like the debate over the position of the Greek woman, romance and ruins, all the different stuff. You can pretty much like come and search anything in here. That is literary reference in a nutshell. You're able to also come and browse different authors, and so the browsing would be you're browsing, literature authors. You're also able to do like culture, the genre, a specific movement even. So like, I know one of you have to do one of the English 1020, you're able to do Edgar Allan Poe, and Edgar Allan Poe is part of like the American Gothic. He's like really the start of the American Gothic period. So it doesn't look like that's kind of mentioned here, but that's okay. You can also come and look up like Edgar Allan Poe and American Gothic, or you can look up American Gothic and or Edgar Allan Poe horror. So let's actually, I'm gonna go back to our advanced search. So I'm gonna do Edgar Allan Poe, and you can look up characters too. I think one of Fortuna, no, cast, okay. And you can look up, different, like we have different titles of stories. So, okay, that's the one we're looking for. Sorry, there's a series called Critical Insights, and they have critical insights on the tales of Edgar Allan Poe. I was looking up something else with him, but the motive for murder, this one's going to be looking at the motive for murder within the short story. Okay, good stuff. So you've got really good sources here. Okay, now let's go and look at another source that you can use for both your type, for if you're doing literature or you're doing a more popular or controversial whatever, and that is JSTOR. JSTOR works a little bit differently, and we're gonna come and, okay, I'm gonna look up Edgar Allan Poe. Actually, since we're doing a story, we can look up the cast. I'm gonna look up the cast of the Amontillado. Okay, and I don't want the database to separate my words. I want it to search it as one united phrase. So that's why I'm putting it in within quotation marks. Okay, so we're going to look up the cast and like, let's do motive. Let's try this. Motive. And I'm going to add in murder. Or we'll just actually try it like that. Let's try it like that. Okay, submit. Okay. Okay. So we're having, so the motive for murder. Okay. So if you see Barbara Alina, so this same author wrote that article also in this journal. Probably what happened, she wrote it in this art journal and then they eventually put it into this book. It became a book chapter. So that's what happened there. So you could use both as a source. So with JSTOR, you want to make more specific on your topic or like the keywords that you're using. But you're able to email yourself. You can share with an email. And that's how you can share it to yourself. You can also come up here and cite. You can see what the citation will be like for MLA, which is right here. And then also if you're emailing it to yourself or downloading it, you want to copy either, you want to take this remote access article, access URL so you can access it off campus. And when you're accessing also stuff off campus, you will be asked to do an easy proxy, and that's just your username and password, the same thing you'd use to get into eLearn. So there is JSTOR. And JSTOR you can kind of like tweak it around. Irony, that would be another really good word to use, irony. I didn't think about that. But you can think about like other themes, like themes, motive, narration, mode, style, like those kind of things within literature. Conflict and motive, this is a different one. The irony. So all of these would be great sources. Post studies. And all of these are scholarly. You don't have to worry about, are they scholarly or not. Especially with literature, like you get scholarly really fast. You don't have to worry about someone's opinion. And like as you see, a lot of these are actually from the Edgar Allan Poe Review or Post Studies. It looks like this one, or like journal, literature journal, Rocky Mountain, like they're all gonna be art, like journal, literary journals. And sometimes you might find, like this one is within a different language, the article, journal title, but the article is still published in English. So you're able to use that as well. And journals will do that. Okay, so let's go quickly to the next type of source you can use, and this is more of a controversial one. I know that one of your topics for the first paper for 1020 is a human, like education as a human right. And that can be more of a controversial topic issue. So we're going to come to opposing viewpoints. And I'm not sure if it's in here, but I want to check. You're able to come and browse issues. And so there's like 400 or 400 to 500 different issues listed here. So let's see if education is listed. It doesn't look like it is, but if you are happening to do any source that is more of a controversial, you could use this. And what it does is, I'm just going to click on one. Electoral College. It will give an overview of the topic, and then it gives different viewpoints of the topic. And then it will give like academic sources and different, again, more viewpoints and primary sources, all that jazz. It has all of this. It has lots of really good stuff, and you can just essentially use this as your topic. But I know one of you was like education, is education a right? So you could use JSTOR for that, but I'm going to show you one other database that you could use. Let me see. I think we'll use Academic Search Elite. We'll go there. Okay. And within EBSCO, you're able to do this really cool thing where you're able to choose different databases to look. So you can search through lots of different EBSCO databases all at the same time. So you can select as many as you want, but I'm just gonna go ahead and select all just for time's sake. And education, do education. We can advanced search and human right. Okay. So what it has done is it will pull up what is most recently been published about what we have searched. So I'm going to put human right in quotation marks so that it will search human right as kind of like one word. Okay. And then you're also able to come and adjust it to most relevant to what we searched. So we're asking, is education a human right? So then it is pulling that way. Now this is one thing you're gonna have to think about. Like, you're gonna focus it in on, like, you need to focus it on a country. Like, is it because countries function differently? Is it a human right in Africa or an African country, or is it a human right, are we saying, in the United States? Also, is it a human right for refugees, or is it a human right for native-born citizens? Also, what level of education is a human right? Is it the basics? Is it basically knowing how to read and write? Is it a college education? What part of education is a human right? How literate is that a right for? And so then you're able to see these are ebooks. So it did pull some ebooks as well, which is really great. And it also pulled articles. And within eLearn, within the discussion post, I have video on how to read ebooks. So I'm not going to go into that. But you're also able to come and adjust your age range, of course. You have your limiters on the side. You're able to adjust your major headings. You can add, this is another thing, is it a human right for disabilities? What parts of human right is it? And that's where you can go and narrow your topic. The question she asks you is very broad, but you have to start narrowing it. What part of that topic, that question, are you going to answer? Now, the literature one, that one's a little bit different, but those broader topics, you have to narrow it. All right, like I said, if you have any questions, you need help with anything, you want to meet one-on-one, you can either come and book a librarian with me. If you want to do it today, just text me. Or you can ask us questions here as well as you're doing research, looking for sources. And this can also turn into a research consultation, and that can be over Zoom or in person. But I know probably some of you work full time, you can totally text me. I do answer my text usually at night as well, but especially I know like your papers are coming due this weekend. But anyways, just kind of be mindful of my time too. I will hope to talk to you guys soon. Thanks.